let's hook the mic up. I forgot about that. There we go. Alright. Make sure that it is showing. Let's see here. Go to videos. Alright. Cool beans. Whole lag thing is interesting. Morning, guys! So, tried to do a live video last night. Unfortunately, kind of had some issues with sleep training our little one. So, we kind of had to put that whole thing on hold last night. Plus, I was really, really tired. So, I couldn't keep up with what I was doing. Sleep training. And I'm trying to get used to getting up early again after having all summer off. Some teachers do work over the summer. Me, when I am at home, I am at home. I learned that a long time ago. Actually from a good friend of mine, Adela Dixon, when I taught in Atlanta. And she was my mentor teacher the first year that I was there at Grove Park Elementary. And at work, you give 100%, get there early, get your stuff done. When you're home, you're home. That's it. You've got to just put a stop to it. You've got to do it. All right, so we're gonna get started. I did end up caving last night and taking these off because it was a little too hard to try to get the lights around it. Lesson learned. Plus, don't do things when you're super sleepy. So I'm gonna get the lights set up here first. Trying to make sure you guys can see a little better. Go back a little bit maybe and move over this way. Okay, all right, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get the lights on here first. I already checked last night that they were working. Unfortunately for me, I was trying to order from my online vendor yesterday, which I had been so happy about because I got to keep that vendor all to myself. But apparently other people have discovered that vendor now, which is good for them too. But obviously the vendor decided to raise their prices by about $3. So the lights that I was paying for are now a whole lot more expensive. And like I said, I try to keep the costs down because that way I keep the costs down for my customer too. But I found a new vendor. So I don't know what the lights are, so I placed an order for, go figure, me always overdoing it. I placed an order for 20. So hopefully, and it's a new type of battery too. I don't know how I feel about that battery. It's a weird, like one of those circle batteries. I like my regular AA batteries. They're easier to find. But I did find out that the dollar store carries those circular batteries too. But my vendor was kind enough to also give me a supply to go along with it for free. So, yeah, so we'll see how those lights work. They don't have a lot of purchases. I just heard footsteps, so I'm wondering if my other son is up now too. Gotta remind him, make sure he's fully clothed before he walks in here. So I'm gonna be turning around a few times. All right, we're gonna get this little guy put around. I'm just gonna tape on these lights. These are great little lights. If you go into Michael's though, or you go into Hobby Lobby, you're gonna be paying $4 to $5 for a set of these lights. I refuse to do that. I'm always on the lookout for a good deal. So good deal for me means good deals for my customers. So that's the reason I'm able to keep the pricing down as much as I am, because I do spend that time searching for better options. Almost done. Yeah, don't try to do like me yesterday and be stubborn and obstinate about, just clip those zip ties and start over if you forget to put the lights on. You don't have to put lights on. It's just, this is the time of the year. You've got fall, you have Halloween, and I don't know, lights are fun. So, I am going to try to do another Facebook Live this afternoon too, because I feel bad for some of my peeps who were waiting for me to do the burlap method. And I got so busy yesterday that they were waiting for it and I couldn't get it done. So we're going to see if I don't have time to later this afternoon before I have to pick up my littlest one to show you guys how I do that folded bubble method on the burlap wreath. It's super incredibly easy. The thing about it is it is a 2-hour-long wreath, mainly because of it's the time factor of everything. It's not a hard wreath to do by any means. It's just stamina for it. All right, so we got this one on. All right, so we've got all the lights on now. So see, now once you cover it up, and the thing is you've got the buttons right here. I just use Gorilla Super Glue for it. You know, you've got the off button, but if you push it towards the middle, then it sets it on a timer. So I just put it on the timer section, which means it would stay on for 6 hours and then shut off for 18. So whenever you turn it on, that's when the timer starts. So just a note. Okay, I'm gonna turn these off because obviously when I finish this, I'm gonna be posting it for sale. I don't wanna waste the batteries. That's one less thing to customers. The batteries only last about, it depends on how you use it, maximum 5 days. But the dollar store has them for $1. So, and actually it ends up being about 50 cents because if you get those batteries, it comes in like a group of 6 or something like that, and you need 3 for this particular one. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with this. Now that we've got that on there, I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these zip ties through, have it ready. Makes it easier, less chance of snagging the mesh, although this is a super good quality mesh. I love the way that it feels. It's thick. You can definitely feel the poly in it versus regular deco mesh. If you go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, that's what you're getting. You're getting deco mesh. It's going to fray easily. It's going to lose its color easily too. I buy from my online vendors, and everything I purchase has poly in it. So the plastic helps it retain the color longer. All right. Retain the color longer. Everything's going to fade that you put outside. There's just no way to get around that, like it or not. But it helps to retain the color, and it cuts down on the fraying big time. All right. This is going to be so easy. We're going to be done in like 30 minutes. I'll be surprised. I'm going to time myself. I'm going to take a look at that and see. All right, let's keep going. I saw some glow-in-the-dark paint at not at Michael's, but at Walmart. Honestly, I don't buy the UV spray, or I don't buy the clear acrylic spray from any of the craft stores. I found out that Walmart pretty much charges anywhere from $1 to $3 cheaper on basically everything I need. So I try to go to Walmart for that. I just get my florals and other things. If I can't find them from my online vendors, then I'll go into Michael's and Hobby Lobby. All right. I've been dying to make one of these. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to sell it afterwards. I may end up keeping it for myself. I don't know. My husband's going to kill me if I end up keeping more wreaths, though. So... what you can't see behind me is that there are already like, what, 4, 8, 12 wreaths hanging, 13 wreaths hanging in this room, 2 wreaths hanging in that room. I have about 6 in my son's room in his closet. He has 3 closets. He doesn't need 3 closets. Even when he gets older, he's a boy. He's not going to need 3 closets. We've been blessed with boys. Girls, you give them 3 closets, they're going to fill up the whole thing. That goes for women too. Unless you're like me and really the only thing that you spend money on are craft supplies and running gear. Well, I used to spend money on running gear. My running days are pretty much over. So I'd love to be able to go hiking, but I tore my calf last July, and unfortunately, when I went to the doctor yesterday, they did verify that it's still not healed. So, I don't want to do physical therapy again though, and they said, it's a new insurance company, and they said that before they would be willing to do the MRI, I have to go through 3 months of physical therapy with them. I've already gone through physical therapy, and I got to the point I wasn't seeing any improvement. Why spend the extra money on something when you're not seeing any results with it anymore? I was for a while there, but... so I think it's a time issue. I wouldn't get surgery even if the MRI showed that I needed surgery. You start messing with things like the knees, the hips, and things like that at my age. Not that I'm older or anything, but I'm closer to 40. And you start messing with things now, by the time you're 60 or 70, you're gonna be messing with it again. I'd rather just mess with it one time. If I need it later, I mean, I already know I have osteoarthritis, so I really don't want to mess with other things right now. Go figure. I wish I knew my family history, but I don't. So, I was adopted. So other than knowing a few things, I don't know a whole bunch of stuff, especially medical-wise. Kind of young at, how old am I anyway? Oh, I'm turning 38 this year. Kind of young at 38 to have osteoarthritis. Even the doctor said so, but who knows? For all we know, it runs in my family. So we shall see. It's in my hip, it's in my back. I wouldn't doubt it if that's probably what caused my knee to crack like that. And other issues. It's okay though. All right. There we go. It's already, this is going to be a very full wreath. Pull those things tight. I'm glad I get to make this one. It's going to be a lot of late nights for me going back to work. But my plan is, I still want to do the Facebook Lives, but my schedule's not going to be fitting a lot of people's schedules. I'm going to end up doing my Facebook Lives at like probably 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If my kid gets sleep trained a little bit earlier, sooner, then I can actually do it at something like 9 o'clock before I head off to bed. But I'd probably go down to like once a week, or I may do Saturdays. I don't know yet. We'll see. It's that time of the year. I have to go to Hobby Lobby later today to drop off the flyer for the workshop that I'm doing in August, and stop by School Box and pick up a few supplies for my new classroom. Hopefully I'll get some bookcases. There's not a single bookcase in that room. So, alrighty. Look at that. We are already close to being halfway done. There we go. And just straighten these out. I like to just pull my ruffles. Like if I pull one this way, then the next set of ruffles, I'll pull the opposite way. Kind of just breaks it up a little bit. You can already see though, this thing is pretty full, and I haven't even started on the outermost layer. So I like to make sure my wreaths are pretty full. It bothers me if I see wire or any of that kind of stuff. All right. And this is, like I mentioned last night, I deleted that video though, because like I said, when I got interrupted and realized I couldn't finish it, I didn't want people getting confused. Having that video on there and then posting this one too. But this is going to be one of the options for the October workshop. So, all right, we're gonna do the opposite that way. This one, and a pumpkin, and a turkey as well. Because I'm not hosting a November workshop and I'm not hosting a December workshop. Those are usually the months that people are already like running around like chickens with their heads cut off, trying to do shopping and family trips and things like that. I'll be available for private parties. If you get together at least 8 other people, I'll be more than happy to come out to your house. But as far as holding workshops, I won't be doing anything those months. Plus, I plan on going to some craft fairs as well. I've got one scheduled at the middle part of September, and I have one at the beginning of August, and I've got one at the middle of October. Yeah, middle of October. So I'm contemplating doing one in November. I haven't quite made up my mind. Unfortunately, the one I really wanted to go to, I had no idea, like, filled up way months ago. I think it's like Annie's holiday something. I don't know. Anyway, they're full. There's a waiting list. So, and you got to pay the $20 for the waiting list, which you don't get the $20 back. So you could be waiting on the waiting list and, you know, not get selected even if there is an opening, and you still lose that 20 bucks. For somebody starting out like me, 20 bucks matters. I don't just throw money around. I don't have that available to do that. Maybe one day. Almost. Look at this guy. Love it. When I'm at Hobby Lobby today, I'm going to pick up that little hat too. Maybe they'll have a different selection of hats in the miniature section. I don't want to get a hat that's too small though. So, that's pretty cool. Just checking back there to make sure that I can still see. Alrighty. This is almost done. The ruffle method is just so ridiculously easy. It's just crawling your hands up and that's it. These character wreaths really are easy to do. They're fun to do. And Lori's system, the Unique in the Creek, makes it just so incredibly easy. I use these for all my workshops. Next year I may start like an intermediate level wreathing group where we do some things that are a little more complicated. But those would have to be with people that have already attended my workshops this year. I'm still going to continue the Unique in the Creek ones as an instructor, but I am going to start holding a more complex one next year. All right, we've got the outermost layer done now. Look at that. Now, yes, I know his face is covered up right now. We're going to move all these ruffles once we get this last row done. We're going to go ahead and move the ruffles back so we can actually see his face. I'm going to go ahead and trim these because it's getting a little difficult for me, just having the board up so high. That Gorilla Super Glue worked really well. And then I always go around both edges over here with Gorilla Hot Glue as well. I like my E6000 the best for this, but my E6000 glued itself shut. I guess I better start cleaning the lid or something. I wonder if the spray works just as well as the actual gel. I don't know. Almost done there. Got one more row. Look how neat the back is. You don't have to cover up the back. I prefer covering the back. Just because the lights themselves are waterproof, but this battery pack is not. So I prefer just putting like a placemat back here that I'll end up spray paint. I don't even need to spray paint it actually because you can't see through the board. I'm going to put a placemat behind it and just zip tie it through these two spots right here where the hanging ribbon is going to go anyway. And then that way it's like a flap that lifts up and down. It's not going to protect it completely, but it's going to give it a lot more protection than what it already has right now. So looks like I'm going to need to cut a little more. All right, let's get started with the very last row. So, all right, crawl, 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 crawl. I also have 4, you can't see the cardboard boxes from here, but I also have 4 shipments to send out today as well. So I've got to do that. All right. There we go. By the time you do that, you're not going to see the plastic through it anyway. All right. We only have 8 of these to do on the outside. So we're basically almost done. Gather, 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 gather. My son doesn't know it yet, but he's about to run some errands with me, going to Hobby Lobby and all that other good junk. because the ethos are trying to relax a little bit. We've had company, and the ethos are sick, so they're trying to relax. So Alejandro's going with me. Doesn't know that yet. I'll bribe him. It's not a big deal. So he also doesn't know that I'm moving up his bedtime tonight as well. So I've already gotten Enrique down to going to bed around 9:15, 9:20. Alejandro's still later, but I am shutting off his TV tonight at 10:30. So we stay up late around here in the summer times. In the summer times we stay up late. So school time, back to normal. All right, we're going to jump over here. I'm leaving those two red ones open. With this one, since it's not the rose and it's not the sunflower, I can always come back at the very, very end and put the hanging ribbon in there. If it's the rose or the sunflower, it makes it kind of difficult without snagging everything. I'm going to go here. Did you guys hear too that Lori is, yeah, she put it on there. I had to make sure that she announced it on her page first. So yeah, so Lori is, it looks like they're going to be coming out with a lighter, more lightweight background instead of the manufactured one over here. It's going to be like an acrylic plastic that is extremely durable, and it's waterproof. Not water resistant, waterproof, which is fabulous. So I'm excited about that. I'm debating, I need to place an order, and I'm really debating. I'm going to email her and find out when this new one comes out, if I should wait or not. But I don't know if I can wait because I'm getting orders in left and right. And I really like using her frame to make these, time-wise. But if I have to make them the wire way, I can. But I just prefer not to. Plus, I don't use her pictures, her images or anything on a wireframe. You're not supposed to. I know there are wreathers out there who do. That's their business, not my business. I'm not going to chase them around, but it's just not the right thing to do. They're made to be used only by the system. So, but that's all I'm going to say on that. Come on. Almost done. I have one more, and then we can start doing some embellishments. All right. Look at that. It covers up the ends. You can't see it. It's great. There we go. All right, we have one more to fill in, and then this one's done. And luckily I did cut them properly last night. All right, gather, 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 gather. All right. Come on. Oh, backwards. That's okay. Flip it around. Not a big deal. You'll realize real quick anyway, because as soon as you put the zip tie in and it's backwards, you're going to be like, oh, it just falls right out. So, all right. Okay. So, look how full that is. You cannot see the board behind it, period. So, I'm going to move the stuff around now. I'm going to move the ruffles around the face in just a second so that we can actually see him a little better, and so I know exactly where I want to put these other pieces that I have. If you're doing my workshop in October and you decide to do this guy, I think he's called Bones. He's actually Jack Skellington-inspired, okay? But technically his name is Bones. But I'll show you what you're about to get. But if you want to do the embellishments, then you can either A, bring them with you, or B, just let me know, and I can tack it onto the workshop fee. and I'll use my coupons and everything else to help you out there. So, all right, but if you're doing the workshop, this is basically what we're doing. And then we're going to add the hanging ribbon on there. So this is what you're getting at the workshop, okay? I will already have the face Mod Podge there on for you, so that all we're going to be doing is doing all this part right here, and you already know that I have everything cut out for you, everything's in baggies for you, so very easy. This is what I use. I know it's backwards, mirror image. Mod Podge Outdoors. And then what I will do, just because I'm neurotic, when I go outside, because I seal this, I will also pull this back and put an extra spray, polyurethane, on the actual face, just because I'm that neurotic about something happening. So I know you don't have to, but that's just me. All right, so we're going to move this around. We want to see his face. So we're going to move those ruffles back. Like I said, very thick. He is a big guy. I've never even seen Nightmare Before Christmas. I should probably watch that movie. I'm wondering if it's okay to watch with my, obviously I think my 7-year-old can handle it, but I'm wondering if it's okay to watch with my 3-year-old, or if it's too much. I know I accidentally put on Coraline, and that was too much for my 3-year-old. My 7-year-old likes it now, but he was freaked out at the beginning. I thought since it showed up on Netflix on the kids thing that it was appropriate. I didn't have anything to worry about. Whoa, was I wrong? I was a little shocked. So, all right, we're gonna keep moving this back, keep moving this back, keep moving this back. So, until we get to his face. There's a lot of ruffles here. I mean, this is not one of those little flimsy, barely there type of wreaths, you know, where people skimp on the supplies. I don't do that. No, 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 no. I like fluffy. I like big. The bigger, the better. We're gonna have to work on pulling the bottom down a little more, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the other part at least. And then we'll work on him again and pull him back. It might be easier if I actually have him sitting up versus where he is now. But this is a little better. Get those spare pieces off. So, there we go. Like I said, I would move this around a little bit more, but I like to put it up on my wreathing frame first on my easel. It makes it easier for me to move around. But all you have to do is push the ruffles out of the way. Okay. Whoa. Don't want to turn you on. Let's turn you back off. There we go. All right, so let's attach the easy ones first. I've got these cute little legs. Yes, I know they're witch's legs, but they match him. I like it. We're doing it. Okay, so let me see where we have the holes over here. I think I will be able to slide it in there. I just want to see which ones. I'm looking at about here and here. So let's see what holes I have to choose from. This one and this one. Perfect. Okay. Let's see if this is going to work the way that it did inside my head. I could go over the top, or I could go backwards. If I go over the top, I'm going to have more wiring hanging out. I don't want that. I also want it to be about here. I wonder, I don't want to try to staple it. I might staple it. I may do that. I think I'm going to staple it. Yeah, let's staple it, because then, let's see here. All right, here. I think I'm going to staple here and here. And I can do it to where they won't see the staples. Let me just double check. Yes, okay. All right, let me go get my staple gun. At least that will, this is an experiment too. This is only like not even a 1/4 inch, but I'll just fold the staples in on the other side. I think it's gonna work. We're about to see, aren't we? All right, we're gonna need to trim this a little bit. Uh-oh. And apparently these things pop out, so you know what I'm about to do. We're about to hot glue this guy in. Last thing I want is for him to get to where he's going and fall apart. That is no bueno for business. All right, let's trim this guy too. Come on. Strong little guy. I've learned to aim downwards with that after doing it upwards one time and getting it stuck in my chest when it popped back. All right, so let's take this guy out. We're gonna put a little bit of, that's the thing when you're getting things, I mean, it's gonna happen to anything, whether you're buying floral, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, even Craft Outlet, it doesn't matter. Where's the hole? Is this it? Where's the hole? There it is. It doesn't matter where you get it from. I mean, it's a craft thing. They're gonna fall out. But I always like to make sure that they're steady, stable. I don't want my customer getting it and then there's an issue. Which is also why I like the idea of stapling this guy in. And I know that I'm gonna do it about here. In theory, this is gonna work. In theory. Okay. I'm gonna put the other one here. Okay, he's staying pretty stable. Make sure they're semi-even. Alright, a little further up. Okay. I like this idea better anyway. Let's move that down. Now, let me find them on this side because I know, and I did it down here somewhere, we're gonna have to fold that in because otherwise somebody can poke themselves. Probably me. Where's the other one? It should be right around here somewhere. Come on here, where are you? I know you're here. There you are. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. That in. Okay, that is good. And now, these aren't going anywhere. Although this guy's turning sideways and I don't know why. Alright, so let me put a little dab of hot glue on this leg. This was the leg that we didn't hot glue. So we're going to put a little dab there. Again, don't use regular hot glue. Don't go to the dollar store and buy hot glue. Even at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, spend a few extra bucks and get that Gorilla hot glue. It's a lot more temperature resistant. You're gonna have a lot less issues. Hi there, Verna. How are you? Good morning. Somebody else is up early too. I know, he's stinking cute, right? I love him. He's gonna be even cuter once I find that top hat. I'm really hoping Hobby Lobby has it. All right, that should, if he still wiggles around, I'll add a little more hot glue. So, but for right now, here's where we're at right now. And again, we're gonna move all these ruffles down so we can actually see his face, but he's already coming together. I love the little legs. All right, get that little top hat, because I'm gonna add the top hat off to the side. Okay, you could be done at this point, but I'm not done. I want to add some more stuff. He is moving around too much and I do not like that. Which one is it? Is it this one? Let's add another one. It's for safe precautions. Let's do it here. Am I out? I think I'm out. That can't be right. That cannot. Oh, or is it stuck? It's stuck. All right, so guess what? Here comes my second option, because I always have an option. There we go. Yeah. This is one of the ones I'm selling. Anyway, it's going to go in my Etsy shop because of all these extra little things that I'm doing to it. So obviously, I'm going to end up putting a cover on the back of this. You don't have to. I like covers. That's just me. I'd rather spend a little extra. It makes it look nicer. Plus, if you have a glass door, don't want to have to just see that all the time. So we are going to add these cute little pumpkins next. These picks aren't on sale at Michael's yet. I went ahead and splurged and just went ahead and got them. Yes, you could use their 40 or 50% off coupon. But I don't like going into the store for one thing. That's just not me. So I went ahead and just bought it and a whole bunch of other stuff that I wanted to buy. But when the picks do go on sale, you better believe it that I will be there buying these and these legs left and right. So if you're at my store, you better beat me to it. And unfortunately, you can't order them online. It's one of those in-store only purchases. Drives me nuts. This guy's still wiggling. I don't like wiggles. All right, it's okay. We can fix them later. All right, so let's figure out where we want to put these little pumpkins at now. All right. I know that the hat is going to go over here. So with that in mind, maybe a pumpkin here, a pumpkin here. Maybe. I don't want to put it in the middle. Pumpkin there. Maybe one there. Right here? No, right there. Okay, all right, I'm okay with that. Now to figure out how I'm going to put it in there. All right, my theory is I am just going to stick it through those holes. That's my theory. Let's see if it works out in practice, because honestly, I just kind of thought about it. And sometimes my thoughts don't always come out right. They're not always perfect, but that's in theory. Okay, I see a hole that I can stick it through. This one right over here. I'm going to go through the inside holes because that's the one that has the most space left. Yay! In theory, it works. And then I'm going to just turn it sideways so we can see it better. So right about here. All right, I want to bend that wire. I bet you're wondering, well, how's she going to make it stick in there? Once again, this right here. I'd like to know what's going on with this. Let me figure it out real quick. Okay, let's pull it out. My assumption is I'm getting towards the bottom of my staples. Yep. And it is stuck, is my assumption. Oh, there we go. Look, that thing comes out. I did not know that. Cool. So that is exactly what's going on here. All right, this looks fine. So is it stuck up in here? It shouldn't be stuck. All right, let's put them back in. All right, get this guy back in. Maybe it was this little tiny piece right here that was causing the problem. Don't make me unhappy. Let's see here. All right, so in theory, this is gonna work. All right, let's move this guy. I think we can actually let's go ahead and put him in. So the hat's going here. I want to offset this a little bit. I don't want them to be hat. So maybe over here. Yeah. So we're going to bring this guy up here. Let's see if we've got a hole, because I don't like things perfect. I like going with everything in the shape of a triangle, but there. I think right there. So let's bend that wire in the back. All right, we're going to bend this wire in the back and get this one, make sure he's up here. All right, let's get this one down in here. I'm thinking right through here. Where's the hole? There it is. All right. All right, right around there. And we're gonna fold this side up over here, so that way, when we flip it over, see how I did that? I folded it here, but I also folded it here. That way, when we flip it this way, it's not gonna go and fall back out again. See, this is my little wiggling one. He's still wiggling. I don't like wiggling. All right, let's go ahead. My hope is this is fixed now. I'm gonna be upset. This is like a $20 staple gun. Yay! Yay! Awesome! I'm happy. All right, who's wiggling? You're wiggling. Let's fix the wiggles. This one's almost done, guys. I've got one more thing to do. Then I'm gonna stop the video. I'll show you the finished product later today. And like I said, I'm gonna go in and on the opposite side, because of the fact that this is so thin and these are 1/2 inch staples, I'm gonna go and just fold them in. I don't anticipate you guys gonna put their hands all over it on the inside, but you never know. So I don't want anybody getting poked or pricked, or it's just unsafe to leave them open like that. But for right now, just so that I can stop this video in a minute, we're going to. All right, so now the pumpkins are in place. All right, I'm gonna move these ruffles out. All right, and let's put this pumpkin here. And this pumpkin over facing that way. Okay, and you know what? Because of the wire, you can actually put it down even further if you don't like exactly where it is. I left a little bit so that I can kind of maneuver these around. All right, last thing we're gonna add, I still have the hat, but I gotta go buy it. Ah, these cute little spiders, look at these. All right, I like these little spiders. They have the little clips on them. It's gonna be so easy to stick them on. All right, so the hat's gonna go over here. I want them offset around here, so let's see here. Where do I want these spiders? And that's a little pop of color to it, too. Got the hat. Add a spider over to the side over here. And the great thing is if I don't like where it's at anyway, unclip it, move it somewhere else. Not a big problem. I like that. Let's just clip it right here. Oh, love it. I'm probably going to move them around later, but whatever. Got the hat here, so I've got to keep that in mind. But I do want to, there we go. And maybe tuck the clip here. That way he stays put. And kind of move him to the outside a little bit more. And like I said, these are full price at Michael's. I couldn't help myself. I had to do it because I wanted to get it done. But, you know, whatever. All right, he is basically done. I am going to show you what he looks like now. I'm not going to post a picture of him on my page yet. Like I said, I've got to go to Hobby Lobby. I have to run a few errands anyway. So I'm going to try to find that top hat. Once I get my top hat and I'm happy, then I will post the finished product picture. This guy's also going to be available in my store. A little bit more than what I would normally charge for a light up wreath. You guys know that I pretty much stick to $50 for a light up wreath. Just me. Yes, I know I could charge more. I just like sharing what I have with other people. And honestly, the money I make from what I sell goes to paying for stuff that my kids like anyway, and you know, things like that. I put it back in the business too, because the goal one day is to move out of teaching and just focus solely on the business and going corporate. So, but I'm just doing what I love right now. So I still need to move this out a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you guys though. You guys can see the finished product later. So that's not a big deal. He's almost done. Look at that, guys. Ah, let's see here, Verna. Absolutely. I like making videos. My time schedule is the only thing that's different. I don't have a consistent time schedule with 2 kids and teaching full time. So it's kind of like whenever I post it. Good thing is they're available on playback. All right, so here is our little buddy. Look at Bones. So you can see right here, got our little spider clips. They clip on, so if you don't like where they are, you can move them around. I'm going to move them around anyway. And then you've got these right here, the cute little pumpkins. I think they are adorable. I don't really like where that pumpkin is sitting at. I'm probably going to move him a little bit. That's a little better. Okay. Then you turn on the lights. How cute is that? And how cute are these little legs? And now that I put the staple in there, look, wiggle, 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 wiggle. It doesn't matter how I shake it. I hope he's not twerking. All right. Anyway, all right. So he's basically done. I love these cute little witch legs. I wish they were on sale right now. I know Hobby Lobby said that, I think I spoke to the lady and she said that as soon as school starts, after about a week or two after school starts, the rest of their stuff's coming in. You know, and Michael said the same thing. So everything else is going to be out very, very, very soon. I anticipate it's also going to go very, very fast. But he is so cute with the lights. I want to do an experiment later. I'm not going to experiment on this guy, but I want to do an experiment and put some glow-in-the-dark paint. I'll do it on a sample sheet of paper and see how it dries. I think that would be cool if it would glow in the dark and have the lights with it. So we're gonna try. Oh, whoa, whoa, do you have your pants on? Whoa, no, go put your pants on. I put it outside. That's my son. Go, Alejandro, go put your pants on. Go. That's my robe, by the way. That's my robe. All right, the only thing I'm gonna add to this guy is a top hat. He needs a top hat. Other than that, he's done. My hope is, I'm actually about to head out to Hobby Lobby in the next hour, and School Box to grab some stuff. So my hope is that I can find that top hat that I like, and that way I can post him probably by 2 o'clock today or 3 o'clock. I'm going to try to get back online today because several of you... Alejandro, go put your clothes on. Oh, you do? Okay, come back in. I'm sorry, Alejandro. Go ahead. Here, baby. This is my son. He wants to be in the video. He lost his tooth. He's so cute. All right. Okay. You can get rid of that screen, honey. Several of you wanted to see the folded burlap method, the bubbles that I did with this one. So I'm going to try to do like a mini video just to show you how I started. And then I'll just take pictures as I work on it throughout it, and I'll post it so that you guys can see it. Okay, because it's a 2-hour long wreath. You don't want to watch me folding burlap for 2 hours. So that's it. If you guys have questions, let me know. Yeah, he's adorable. I love it. He's stinking cute. And there's so many different... I heard the snowball was sold out. Oh God, I have to place an order on Craft Outlet anyway. So if I find it, I'm going to order tons. But the checkered one would be cute too. They have a checkered one. If you're going to get it from Hobby Lobby, because I know Hobby Lobby is getting it in, you need to be careful where you purchase it from. Lori mentioned a few places. I'm going to have to double check where she mentioned that you can purchase it from and the quality is good. But the other ones will just fray left and right. So that's it. You guys have questions, let me know. I'm going to post the burlap one later today, and then I'll post pictures of like the process throughout it so you guys can see that too. All right, bye guys. Ciao. Finish.